lures that have a story to tell are just so much cooler. Like, I am a little bit lost. I'm a little bit lost for words, to be honest. See this? See that? That's exactly where my GoPros were. So the new rig swims awesome. I double ringed it just to get it away. Then I've got that weight on there. This has been pulled out, you can't really tell, maybe 10 times now. Snags, casting it over my line, etc. But I have thrown this thing for a full evening, then morning, and half the evening. And check out the marks on that. Why I am a little bit, not so much upset, but a bit disappointed, because I always have the GoPros running, always. And tonight I didn't. They were in the case, not in my boat. So not really anywhere to set them up, nowhere to run it. Just don't have my charging set up, don't have anything. Fishing in Mark's big boat, and it's raining, so I go inside. But yeah, put it simply, I'm of two minds right now, whether what just happened is awesome. Well, it is. It's pretty awesome. But I would have loved, after the full season of chasing cod, with the GoPros running the whole entire time, to have caught this fish on camera. And I didn't. Look at that thing. Oh my god. 806. Big rod for big cod again. So I might back this up a little bit instead of getting a little bit lost. Like I said, I've lost my train of thought, I've lost my theory and all this with my GoPros being away, and so much work this whole season to try and capture a fish like this on camera. The whole fight, everything, you know, like the hit, the process, the drama, everything, and then it happens when I'm not in my own boat, don't have GoPro set up. With all the borders now being shut, I really thought I wasn't going to be targeting Murray cod at all, probably for the rest of this year, maybe until next winter again. So sort of thought that the 108 was going to be my biggest cod from this season, which I was pretty happy with anyway, not expecting to get that metery done. Then yeah, Mark, buddy of mine, said with the borders being shut, he wanted to catch a cod. He'd seen all the cod stuff that I've been doing, and he's like, let's go to Glen Lyon. So we've only got a really short window here. We're here for 2 nights. The one evening that we turned up, which wasn't really the best, because you get to look around, I guess. You look around the water. We didn't get here till 4 or something, so we only had an hour. We had an hour and a half before sunset, and we got to go up the river and have a look, and you could still sort of see pretty good when we got at the top, and it was just real muddy. And basically I tried to fish it like I fish Burrinjuck and picked the nice looking walls and worked our way back, but so much dirty water and not seeing a lot of bait. We didn't end up finding any bait the first night, basically, until we got back down near the ramp. There's a bay just the right of where you launch, and found a whole bunch of bait in there, and it was all sitting hard on the bottom in about 8 to 12 feet. It was pretty big bait, but there's no flicking, nothing carrying on, but it was all I needed to know to be able to go back in there this morning and have a look. I have been so keen since we set up this rig to throw this thing and to make sure it swims, and it swims brilliantly. This reading rig like this does not affect the action at all. Fouling up on casts, the tail hook hasn't really hooked the tail as such. When I go too hard in the cast and the lure turns, this tail hook has gone over my line, which when you start pulling on it has popped that hook out. But pretty impressed actually that it works really good. But I've thrown it for a night, a morning, and 2/3 of tonight I stuck with this. And I don't know, it made me change. I changed over to Gigantorel. So there's a bit of story behind this colour. I don't actually like it. And I swapped a buddy of mine for this colour, and he caught, what did he catch? 1.16 m in Barrenjock on the lure that I swapped him. Then I was talking to another friend of mine. He sent me some pics from Copeton, caught with this colour. So I've had this colour in my box the whole season. I've thrown it, and when I first went to Copeton, I was throwing this colour. I swapped to a different colour, I can't remember what it's called. It's some sort of gill, and I caught a cod. So then I just basically barred this colour, so I didn't like it. Barrenjock, first big cod that I caught that night, that 98, was on this colour. And then tonight, for whatever reason, I just had it there, clicked it on. I think it was still set up from Barrenjock. It's only got a 1/8 on it. We're fishing fairly steep banks in here. And yeah, I reckon I was 4 or 5 casts in and just got hammered. It was hectic. The cod that I caught tonight was dead set the strongest fight I've had from any cod now. And I sort of understand what a lot of guys say about the bigger fish. I mean, it's a pretty big fish to me. And this thing just hit it and did a little bit of a shake, but not too much, and came straight towards the boat, and then just slowly went straight past the boat. Didn't even stop. And I had to go from the front of the boat to the back of the boat and basically just hold on, I guess. I just followed it around, and it was a long, as far as cod go, it was a long fight. It was a couple of minutes anyway. Hectic. Okay, enough procrastinating. Time for you to check out this cod. It's, yeah, new PB. Look at this thing. Glen Lyon, biggest cod, and I caught it in Queensland all season.
No need to go to Mexico.
Nah. 1.14 m. Let's put it back in the water. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at that. Right up. Look at those scratches. You gotta love lures. As much as you like your lures to look nice, lures that have a story to tell are just so much cooler. Like, now I don't really know what to do. Buddy of mine, Josh, he retires every lure that has caught a metre plus fish. And because he's now retired like something like 10 lures, he's now talking about retiring him at 1.10 m. So really, I have to retire this lure. I retired my Dow swimmer with my 108. It doesn't get thrown anymore. But I don't have another lure of this colour to throw, and I still have one session to go tomorrow before we go home. So I think I'll just do a new leader, risk it, throw it tomorrow. It's the end of the season. I'm fishing in Queensland, first time fishing in Queensland. I was actually worried with only, like 3/4 of the way through tonight's session, with only tomorrow morning left, that this was going to be my first cod impoundment that I'd get a donut in for the whole lake. And I didn't, so I'm pretty lucky. Anyway, check out this fish. Oh, I need a light. Yeah, that's better. Look at this thing. Oh, meter 14.
I won't touch it. I won't touch it. I won't touch it.
Incredible. Sun is starting to come up. And we are already back at the cabin. I've got an interview today at early this afternoon, which I need to Skype for, which you may find out a bit more about a bit later on, which is it's funny and exciting. So we've got to get back for that, and Mark has to now get back for some stuff for work. So we only went out this morning for probably 2 hours. And again, I can't believe it. I got a 101, another metery. So it's insane. You fish the windows, you get the one bite if you're lucky. And Mark had the one bite and missed it. And I got the 101, and you just like, that's insane. Incredible to, I didn't retire that lure. So the one I won this morning was on the same lure as my 114, 115 last night. So it's definitely getting retired now. It's done. That's served me well. I'll put it in the rack with my Dow swimmer with the 108. But yeah, Glen Lyon, amazing place. I was only here for the sort of that 2 day, or the 2 nights we've had. Yep. On the back of the low. Look at that. 101. That's just so fat. That's crazy. Looks like not having a camera. I'm talking. Looks like not having a camera is the deal. That's 101. Whew. See you, mate. The 2 morning sessions, sorry, and the 2 nights, so it's been pretty good. But, Bone Jack is still a nicer lake, but this is a pretty nice lake. It's pretty close second, I reckon. Nice clear water, fishing steep walls, steep rocks, just very familiar type fishing from what I learned at Bone Jack. So till next time, I'll be back. So the setup, the 806, 8-foot big rod. Dobbin's Fury. I'm loving this thing now. It's got me some good ones. Quantum Smoke HD. The new ADV turquoise blue. FC100. Only 40 pound. Oh, leader's a bit chewed today. A little bit chewed. I didn't fish much after that because I wanted Mark to get one. So they caught that fish and then sort of basically didn't fish for sort of the next 30 minutes or more. Just hoping that Mark could get that one to tick that off. Back home now and finished my Skype interview for the show. So I know absolutely nothing about putt-putt golf, and as a general rule, I'm terrible at golf anyway, especially normal golf. Top golf is probably the only golf that I enjoy playing, so going on this game show. So if I do make it on this game show, it will be interesting to say the least. And what's funny is they want me to go on there as the fisherman, because I assume there hasn't been many fishermen, well, fishing people that have applied to go on a golf show. So they asked if competing in waders was an option. So yeah, might be interesting. So I'm still really, really disappointed after 2.5 months chasing these meter cod. Well, the goal of catching this meter cod on my series of videos, and then catching my PB in Mark's boat with no GoPros running. I have a plan. So what I'm thinking of doing is fabbing something up. That's a clamp mount, so if I go in someone's boat, hopefully I can like put it around the rail somewhere on their boat with a boom and the camera mount for the GoPro, and then possibly take my power pack, USB pack, or a really long lead to be able to run that 360 all the time, because without power to that 360 the battery's like, I think 2 hours, hour and a half. It's not long at all. So the lure is about to go officially into retirement. In there with the dowel swimmer with my first 108. Few marks there, not overly. It is just cool having lures to tell stories, and I don't have very good luck with lures once I decide to keep those lures and I don't want to throw them anymore. I have almost always lost them within the next few minutes. As soon as I decide, right, this lure has done something good, it's caught a lot of fish, it's starting to look really sexy, you know, a bit worn out, a few marks on it, and I make that decision, right, I'm going to retire it, almost always lose it. A few Awonga victims. That popper there has caught hundreds of saltwater barrel. That thing there got dragged around in America, catching largemouth bass everywhere. That one there caught 12 barra over 1.10 meters in 14 casts or something. Some mega jeets on that thing. Now sinks when it's wet. And this poor thing, pretty big GT, 40 plus, kegger, and busted it. Big teeth marks in there. We probably got about 4, 6 weeks, 7 weeks before Awonga and everything is really, really going good. So I might have to take the project boat back to Glen Lyon and try and see if I can't get a whole bunch on the 360. Well guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you want to find out what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis, just jump on any one of my other social media pages. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm constantly putting up a couple of videos a week now to keep you guys entertained. Otherwise, this has been Dean Silvester, Fishing My Way.